All right, doing another one of the Homeric Rhapsody things. We're in what we know as book 7, and the book just started, where it's like fighting on the plains. Sing to me, goddess, of that time when the fighting was so fierce on the Trojan plains that a god and a goddess had to intervene to cause a lull in that horrible slaughter. The men outside the Scaean gate were fighting with such fury, rending at each other's flesh and hewing at the shields with bits of wood and bronze and ox hide flying, as the swords and the spears and the arrows, all tinged with bitter death, flung off of each other and flung off of those shields and lodged themselves into the flesh, passing through the various defenses. It was like a raging fire that is caught by some spark coming off a camping ground or some other innocuous little place that spreads and spreads throughout a great dry forest into a giant flame and conflagration. Such was that furious fighting among the Achaeans and the Trojans with all their allies. And coming down to earth was Enyalius, Ares, that furious and bitter god of the war cry, who came down to try and put a stop to what had been happening. Even he was disgusted by what was going on, for though he had not yet had his fill of blood, he wanted more order within the combat, and he was in mind to find Athena and make a pact with her that though his Trojans were on the losing side as of now, that he would cause 2 of the champions to fight amongst each other, and all the others would have a breathing space. So he came down to earth and looked about and saw that gray-eyed goddess standing behind the Achaean lines, right behind that wily man Odysseus, leading him on, whispering in his ear, and pouring in courage and strength to him and all those around him. Thus were the Achaeans on that side, so unmatched, pushing back the Trojans and causing great slaughter and great pains. And so Ares came to that goddess and presented his plan. All right, not so smooth, really. Okay, so there's a couple of there's a little Homeric simile that was pretty, like, on the nose about the forest fire. It's a couple of nice little things about the weapons ringing off of each other. I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I think it's probably Apollo that is the one who causes a stop to the fighting, because why would Ares want to cause the fighting to calm down? Unless the Trojans were losing, which I didn't put a thing into the story for. So you could kind of hear me there, sort of, when I said it was Ares coming down, that I was sort of struggling to come up with a descriptive reason of why he would actually want to stop the fighting, because he's kind of unique in the gods, where all the other ones are, partisan or whatever. Like, they have a side that they're rooting for and supporting. But Ares, despite being a supporter of the Trojans, whoever kills someone else in battle is really doing tribute to Ares either way. So even though he is fighting for the Trojans, he's also kind of just like happy that the war is happening in general. So whether or not it happens in the Iliad that Ares comes down, I feel like in my version, needed to have more of a reason for it to happen. And I'm pretty sure it was probably because the Achaeans were still winning at that point, and that's why, if it is Ares who comes down, that would be why he does it, but it also might have just been Apollo, I can't remember. Not my best, but they can't all be, so let's just keep going with it and see how it goes.